Darling, are you in here? There you are, looking as beautiful as ever. I feel I have a right to call you beautiful, considering our wedding is tomorrow. Are you nervous? Yes, it's understandable. Especially since a woman you have yet to meet is planning the wedding. Honestly, I think Charlotte is the one who wanted me to get married more than Lawrence. I understand that a certain level of domestic bliss has messed with Lawrence, but ever since he got married, he's been much more concerned over me being myself. I can't say that I'll be complaining about waking up and seeing you every morning. A smile on your face always makes me happy. Well, would it help if you got to meet her and talk to her? Of course I can make it happen. The sun is just coming up, darling. We have all day today to get ready. Just breathe. I'll send out the message immediately. I am assuming that being away from the farm is causing you to feel quite out of sorts. Would a hug help? Come here, darling. Hug it is. It's alright. You are right to feel nervous. This is all new for both of us. We can do it together, my dear. Exactly. Your father is imprisoned, and you're no longer thrown about as his personal tool. You get to be your own person. Darling, I'm not going to stop you from doing anything. If you need help, tell me. But I know that you are a very strong woman, and I greatly respect you for it. All of these things you've been through, and you're still gentle and caring. I shall go and write the message quickly in return, alright? I love you, darling. Thank you. Well, it looks like you and I are going to see Lawrence and Charlotte in about 2 hours. It looks like she wants to meet you. Of course we can sit and talk until then. Is there something bothering you? I understand. New people, new experiences. You don't truly feel ready, do you? And that's alright. I don't think anyone is truly ready for marriage. It's something that takes time, and it's something that you work on together. It's not made perfect overnight. Oh, darling, come here. I know it's going to be hard, but we'll get through this together. I mean, look at me. I know you still worry about me, but the injury your father caused has healed. Would seeing it make you feel better? All you have to do is say something. Here, you see? It's fine. Nothing but a scar. Darling, the only thing this scar reminds me of is protecting the woman I love, and the care she gave to me when I was injured. It bears no other significance to me. I do not care that your father was the one who caused it. I do not care that it was your father, because he was no father. He was awful to you. Oh, my love. You have such a soft heart. I don't know how you can persist to feel that there is good in people when they are so awful to you. Would you like to go visit him? Then we won't. But if there is something you would like to say to your father, then we can send a letter to him. I think that would be a wise decision on your part. I know this is causing you distress, and I don't know how to help you. Then settle those details with Lawrence we shall. Is there someone you would prefer to take your father's place in the wedding? Oh, darling. Lawrence would gladly do so. In fact, I'm sure he and Charlotte would do something interesting and new, and both do it. Yes, I'm sure. Does that put your mind at ease? Perfect. Now, I think we should go for a bit of a walk before our meeting, yes? Wonderful. Then, my lady, would you do me the honor of allowing me to escort you about the garden? Darling, if I can make you giggle that easily, I question how much of our vows are just going to be you giggling and me trying my hardest to get through them. Alright then. I have a question for you. What are your favourite flowers? That would be quite lovely. Do you remember that Lawrence gave you permission to pick flowers for a vase in your room? Then why don't we go through the garden? You can pick whatever you want, and we can just relax a bit. I noticed that you tend to enjoy time in gardens, no matter where they are or what's in them. You seem quite relaxed in them. Your mother had a garden. That must be why you enjoy them so much. I understand the feeling of being a safe place. My mother had a herb garden that she and I would tend to together. She's where I got a lot of passion for healing, and I suppose it rubbed off on me a bit. Yes, his father and my mother were brother and sister. My mother fell in love with my father, and elected to give up her lavish royal life. Their father, my grandfather, wasn't exactly approving of his daughter marrying a farmer, because he didn't think she would be happy. But she proved him wrong. In the end, he told her that he would ensure I was cared for, and she was welcomed back to the family. I was quite young, and it was early enough in our lives that Lawrence and I could build a strong bond. While I know he would be happy to have me here all the time, I prefer my quiet life at home. It gives me a sense of closeness with my mother, I suppose. But it's also just more comfortable, you know? I feel like constantly living a more lavish life gets sort of tiring after a while. Really? You wouldn't mind living on the farm with me? I know we should have had this conversation a while before now, but I'm surprised. I thought that someone who was raised the way you were would prefer something a bit more elegant than what I have to offer. I can understand that. You've associated safety and care with my lifestyle, because that's what you felt in it, versus what you felt living in a different, more extravagant lifestyle. You feel more comfort with the safety you felt around me. And trust me, if you tell me you want something, I will do anything to make sure you have it. I want you to be happy, my love. Even if I have to travel to the ends of the earth to bring back the most beautiful and rare flower, I will. You matter so much to me, darling. And I want to make sure you have everything you could want or need. Of course. Now, shall we go and meet with Lawrence and Charlotte? Wonderful. You know, I have a feeling you and Charlotte will get along wonderfully. She's quite gentle in an outgoing way.
Hello, dear. How are you doing? I do hope that Ash has made a full recovery under your watchful eye.
Darling, he's teasing you. He knows I wouldn't be allowed out of my bed if I weren't okay. Trust me, you don't need to worry.
Lawrence, dearest, are you not going to introduce me to the lovely creature for whom I am planning this wonderful wedding?
Oh, my dear. I'm so sorry. Charlotte, my love, this is Elizabeth Woodward. She has been taking care of Ash ever since that bastard William stabbed him.
Oh, my dear, it is an honor to meet you. Lawrence has only sung your highest praises. I thank you so much for caring for Ash. He really is a very important man to our family. We are truly indebted to you.
It's alright, darling. Here, sit down. I don't want anything to happen the day before our wedding, do I?
Ash, is she feeling alright? You haven't neglected to tell us she was ill, have you?
No, nothing like that. She's just nervous about everything. Especially all of the traditions that a wedding contains. Her mother is gone, and with a father imprisoned, she fears that things may look undesirable.
My dear Lady Woodward, I'm sorry we didn't clear this up sooner. I am aware that wedding traditions are such, but with your family situation being what it was, I meant to ask you if it'd be alright with my wife and I giving you away. I know that it's supposed to be the parents' job, but I thought that perhaps having someone you at least somewhat know would be calming.
No, it wouldn't be trouble at all for us. In fact, we would consider it an honor. We want you and Ash to be happy, dear.
Darling, of course it wouldn't bother me. My family is accepting you as a part of it. I love you, and I want you to be a part of it too. This is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. And it's all because I found a beautiful woman laying under a tree in the middle of a storm.
Then it's settled. Is there anything else we can do to ease your mind, dear?
Of course, the bouquet. I'm sure I could have the royal florist create a stunning arrangement.
Actually, Charlotte, I wonder if Lady Woodward may be permitted to create her own bouquet. She is quite skilled when it comes to floral arrangements, and it's something she enjoys. I think that it would be something she should do, since she'll be the one carrying it, don't you?
Skilled in floral design, you say? Do tell, dear. What arrangement would you like? I'm sure we can have the flowers put together while you prepare for the day. If you wouldn't mind directing the florist to make it perfect, that is. Delightful. If you would like to sit down with me after we finish our meal, we'll make a list of what you want. Everything is coming together quite nicely.
Are you having fun, my dear?
You know that I enjoy hosting events, Lawrence. Really now.
Alright, so everything is arranged. So that means...
That means we have one more thing to discuss. Your wedding gift.
Lawrence, really, you don't need to give us a gift. Especially considering you're the one who's taking care of literally everything for our wedding.
Well, really, I was just going to let your dear Elizabeth here decide her father's fate. Considering he wronged you the most of everyone. And for the longest amount of time, I deemed it only fitting that you decide what happens to him. An indentured servant, you say? Now that is interesting. Is there any particular reason you decided on this specific punishment? Ah, that does make sense. Mistreat the servants, and treat your daughter like she's nothing more than a bargaining chip, and fate will come back like a whip with vengeance behind it. Is there a specific amount of time that you prefer he be held for? 20 years is quite a long time, my dear. Are you sure? 20 years it shall be. I'll send the decree out immediately, my dear. You won't have to worry about anything destroying your wedding. It will be one of the best days of your life. This I promise you.
You see, everything is working out for the best. And by sunset the day after tomorrow, you and I will be wed. Are you ready? Perfect. Now let's spend the next couple of days relaxing, alright? Then, my darling, we shall do as you requested, and walk through the garden again.
Are you ready, my dear?
Just a few more minutes, dearest, and you'll be standing next to the man you love. Now, it's time for you to make your entrance.
Hello, darling. You look gorgeous. I must say, Charlotte did well having the seamstress make that gown. It suits you very well.
Everyone may be seated. My king and queen, do you grace this wedding to continue?
We do.
We do.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin this ceremony, I would like to first introduce the people we are here to celebrate and join together. We have, standing before me, the groom. Dr. Ashton James Gray, a man of great honor and compassion. Though he is family to our ruler, he chooses to live among us, caring for the sick and injured. He chose not to consider himself higher than everyone. He brought himself to our level, deciding that people were of more importance than a title. He has cared for many people in his years as a doctor, and now he has a wonderful woman by his side, one who helps him and makes sure that he is safe and cared for. And next to him, the bride, a beautiful and graceful young woman. Lady Elizabeth Woodward has been through many trials, but it hasn't made her any less of a woman. It has made her strong and a more fearsome woman, though she is gentle and sweet. She has been caring for people alongside Dr. Gray for months, showing compassion for all and having a never-ending stream of a gentle calmness that comforts everyone she helps. This couple is perfect for each other. They both knew that the other cared for them, and that no matter what, they worked together to achieve great goals, which is why I consider this a great honor to wed them. They have written their own vows, and will now say them with all of us in witness. Lady Woodward, would you like to go first? Dr. Gray.
Darling, the more time I spend with you, the more I love you. I see how much you've grown and changed from the beautiful, shy, scared woman you were when we met, to the confident, strong, and equally beautiful woman you are now. Spending time with you, working together, and healing people these last few months has been wonderful. I couldn't imagine what my life would be like if I hadn't seen you, or even if you had never managed to get away from your father. I look at you every day, and I can't help but smile. I didn't realize exactly what was missing from my life until you came into it. I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives together, because it means a day won't go by when I won't think about you and smile. I look forward to the days we spend together building a life that's our own. There won't be a day that you'll go without, because I'll make sure you won't. You will live in safety and comfort, not lacking for anything as long as I can make it happen, because that is what you deserve. I promise to always be there when you need me.
Wonderful. Now, if anyone has any reason why these two should not be wed, that is unfortunate, because you would be going against the king, so you'd best keep your opinion to yourself. By the power vested in me, and with permission from the king, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Don't worry, my love, because this is our first kiss as a married couple, and I have something very special in mind. I want you to move this way, and with that, no one can see me kiss you, because this is our moment. I love you.
Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you for the first time Dr. and Lady Ashton Gray.
Are you ready to take our first walk as a married couple? Then let's go. Well, my beautiful wife, I must admit, I was not expecting you to be this gorgeous. I knew you would be breathtaking, but this is far greater than my imagination ever managed to conjure up. I don't think this suit is going to get much use, no. You know I don't do much that requires me to dress in fine attire. Well, if you insist we visit Charlotte for parties and such, in which I will be required to wear this thing, I suppose that means we shall be partying with the Queen. Darling, I am absolutely positive that if you want to do something, then I will consider it. If I really don't want to do it, then I will tell you, and we will find some sort of compromise. Alright? Good. I'm glad you agree. That goes for you as well. If you don't want to do something, then say something, and we will talk about it. Of course we can add to the garden. I was going to ask you if you wanted your very own flower garden as well. Would you like that? Well then, consider that your wedding gift to me. One of several, actually. But you'll get most of them when we're alone. For now, let's chat a bit about the arrangements at the homestead. Is there anything in particular you want to do with the decor? I haven't changed anything from when I was young. Particularly because I am not the most fashion-forward when it comes to decorating a house. And also because I spend more time helping patients than I do at home. Although, I do spend a fair bit of time there. I'm usually outside. I've never considered changing it. I think that would be something much more up your alley than mine. All you have to do is tell me what you want, and it shall be done. Well, yes. We could build another small cabin. My only question would be why. If the Countess is even able to bear children, I would not be surprised. That is a good idea, actually. It would give them a place to get away for a bit. Just enjoy our simplicity. I don't think Charlotte would object, and I know Lawrence won't. And even if they do, I doubt it would be without any major... Darling, I don't want to think about what Lawrence and Charlotte are doing without the knowledge of others.
She doesn't even look that nice.
That is a fair enough point. Privacy is a nice thing to have. Is there anything else you want?
If they're forced into it, they're likely to hate it.
She's so clumsy.
A hospital? I had considered it, but I wasn't sure if we would be able to provide for so many patients with just the two of us.
Please do not flatter yourself. You have no idea what...
Well, you are just full of ideas, aren't you? Yes, I am teaching you and Timothy, and you're both doing really well. But I don't know how well I could handle many more students than that at once. Alright then, we can give it a shot. Although I do question exactly why you want to build a hospital when not a lot of people need my help at once.
I hope she
realizes what she has entered into.
Who is
She
Evangeline?
will surely regret being wed to the
Ah,
and
friend.
chase after us.
And what might have this friend said to you?
We're all much better than that Earl who believes himself.
Did you hear?
In a wheelchair. That doesn't exactly sound the most ideal, but how could I help?
Everything is lost yet.
Did he do something outrageous?
She hasn't born
You
a
have
child
something
yet.
for me,
Only one.
darling. You know that the only thing I need is you. Alright then. Let it over here, and I shall open what you got me. It's not exactly small, but it's not large either. I wonder what it could possibly be. Fine, I'll open it. You seem a bit impatient. Must really be important. Darling, what is this? I can't believe you found this. It's got my mother's handwriting, but what is all this? It looks weird. What is all this? I've never heard of some of these ingredients, and these recipes make no sense. Well, I suppose I wouldn't mind meeting her after the wedding. For now, let's enjoy this little party that Lawrence and Charlotte have planned for us. I can already hear the nobles gossiping about us, but no matter what they say, I love you.
She's the Countess Grey now. That she's wed to Earl Grey. They are an interesting couple, to say at least. I wonder what brought them together.
It is 4 in the morning on the 30th of December, 2024. Thank you so much to everyone who participated in making this goddamn video, and also kept up with this series, and my entire channel, mind you. I love each and every one of you. I'm gonna put a secret video, these are probably on the Patreon, like as a free post, if not here, I haven't decided yet, of just all of the guest lines back to back, where you can hear them properly, because I think every single person did such a wonderful job. See you there.